is up, dear fellow humans? It's your boy again, Mark, and welcome to another episode of Markronicles, only human exploring life. So, hello guys, how are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. Thank God it's already sunny by today. It's Monday, and it's a fresh start. So, for today, allow me to talk about balanced spirituality and how it impacted my life so far. And you know what, when I first heard balanced spirituality during our orientation class for CLE, I thought that it's just regulating your faith in God. And because of the word balance, which means like regulating, and spirituality is like our usual understanding of that word, or surface level of understanding, which is spiritual life, our relationship with God. But you know, when I read the text about balanced spirituality by Donald Lore, I realized that my usual thinking was initially wrong, because it's not only focusing on your relationship with God. So, because it also resembled how I had little knowledge in my part, because I didn't know about it. And it reminded me of the common phrases, walk the talk, or practice what you preach. And you know, it's kind of like a balanced diet meal. You need to have grow and grow foods, carbohydrates, proteins, lipids, and vitamins and minerals. But you know, this balanced spirituality is more focused on our attitudes and beliefs, and it will affect surely our relationship with God, others, even ourselves and the world. There are 3 spiritualities discussed, which are the following: religious, moral, and political. So religious is basically your personal relationship with God. Moral is about how you love other people, and political is how you take part in the world to promote justice. And like the 6 C's of Savor School Valley, or Savor School, these 3 are planted. However, I would say it's not yet fully grown, and I need to work on all these. I need to improve on all of these. The most, however, that I need to work on is political, because you know, as you can see, I'm a learner, and I know I'm a learner, and I can see that there are injustices present. I'm also sensitive to this, and I aspire to have and create a society that is just, you know. But let me focus on the word act justly. I need to work on that word, because I feel like I'm more like a learner rather than just taking action. But you know what, I can learn how to take the most suitable action. I can learn it throughout the process, to know more about projects or orgs that promote justice, and you know, where I could possibly take action. Aside from service interactions, the least that we've done as a family is to donate online, like QR codes or something. But it's not a regular nor everyday thing. And we went to Home for the Aged when I was in grade 6. That was 6 or 7 years ago. And apparently it's the same place where we went in our grade 8 service interaction. So it's kind of like a full circle or something like that. It also reminds me, or my experiences of like listening to news nowadays giving us frustration. Like after hearing the news, we want to shush the TV or the digital news platform that we're reading, either online or offline. There's a lot that's happening lately to the world, and on top of that, there's a pandemic, and we all have personal battles, etc. and etc. And as humans, it's kind of natural to us, and we can't avoid to be frustrated with what's happening, and sometimes we want to distress ourselves, which I think is normal. However, the point of ignorance, you ignoring the reality, I think that's a different topic already. And however, you know, aside from this weakness of mine, I also have strongest, which are, however, not maximized yet. And I think I cannot decipher between moral and religious. So most likely I'll probably say both. So yes, it's moral and religious. So now let me talk about religious spirituality or conversion. You know, I see God as my friend who educates and guides, and I feel it in the moments of my life, and it molded my worldview and principle and foundation, which is about lifelong learning, essentially. And you know, when there's peace amidst the noise that we're facing, I know it's God, because He promotes peace. It says in the Bible that one of the Beatitudes that blessed are the peacemakers. So that's one of the 8 Beatitudes. And you know, when we have peaceful state of mind, we can think more rationally and less of our emotions. And we tend to be more selfless and not to be selfish. And with that characteristic alone, it's the voice of God whispering. With regards to my moral spirituality, I guess I would always go back to this experience of mine where I did not have a solid group of friends, where I was not treated as one even. And because of that, it kind of made sense to me that I don't want other people to feel unloved by me. Maybe that molded how I value not just my family and friends, but anyone. Like the simplest gesture of like greeting or saying how are you or checking up or kumusta, basically. It could probably mean a big thing already. And it kind of made me become more passionate about them, to care for them. At least in my family and friends, I could show this. I do my best to spread little acts of kindness and happiness. It's still in me that as much as these people have helped me, I also want to reciprocate value well-being also. Because, as humans, we need to be healthy in order to function well. There's this comfort, compassion, and love. It's really satisfying on my part to hear from others that, these gestures of yours is really helpful, a great help. And beyond that, they're being encouraged to be better, to use my math skills or like helping out my classmates and friends. And it's not that I'm boasting, and please don't interpret it that way. I'm just sharing like the gift that I have, and I want also these people that I'm surrounded with to experience how to like the satisfaction and achievement if they were able to answer like a math problem, right? However, I think that I have not yet done this in a larger scale. But if I continue doing all this with progression and improvement, I might inspire other people in a larger scale. And this is something that I aspire for. We all have a mindset, a worldview, and it's important to have a mindset that is just and right, and a desire and a compelling heart to do what is right and just, and to act the proper way. Basically a worldview, because it will exude from us, set the ground for our actions that may affect our relationships with other people, with God, and the world. And eventually, with all these that I've said, we may be able to carry out our purpose, principle, and foundation aligned to what is right and just. So with that, thank you for listening to my vlog, and I hope you learned something new today, and always promote love and peace. So peace.